want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip.
We'll do this. People are just getting so...
Welcome back, folks. Before we go on, I just want to check on some sports stats, keep myself sharp here on the sports, and I'll use my computer and just go in here, and I'm going to check. Okay.
Wow. Live stream without borders. What?
That's not even the right border.
No, what happened? What's going on?
I can't even, well, I can tell you exactly what's going on with the borders. And while Randy prepares for so many, there we go, eventualities, I don't think we had one with our segments and the double box. But
no double box.
Your boy is overly amped up to be back, so much so that I'm just like, just get me out there, put me on the field and make 100 mistakes, 100 miles an hour. For some reason, that was always like the advised route rather than just playing like sound football, I guess. But yeah, I'm amped up. Let me go ahead and let the people know what we're doing here on the socials. What is this? Too much dip?
Yeah, I thought you were about to make some proclamation. You said you wanted to let the people know.
I had to send. Yeah. I had to send the tweet.
It's that's a different way of saying it. The Too Much Dip Thursday Night live stream without Dylan Chevrolet. He has left the show forever. No, he is. He's at Elf. What's he at? He's at Elf on Ice. Is that the joke you made earlier?
I was just taking a shot in the dark, assuming that's what he had going on. But he said he had a Christmas engagement, which, as a man who just very recently was unable to make Monday's show, I cannot pass any blame. But, stay strong, Dylan. Hopefully he made his dip picks. I haven't checked.
Yeah, I missed circling back Patreon today because my kid's nanny was sick. And my wife's company, not going to name names, decided to they got rid of their you can work from home policy, and I don't know. And all I know is she would have had to use PTO, so I just said I'll bite the bullet. I just I'll use some of my PTO, which is very limited. We get like 4 days a year here at Washington Media. It's a real yeah. We haven't unionized yet, but.
It's 4 days of PTO, but then you get an unlimited amount of weeks if you're going to the Amalfi Coast or something, or if you're going to Italy or whatever.
That is very true.
I feel like I've got a rotating cast of somebody's got to go to Europe once a year.
Buddy, I was looking at trips the other day. I was on 23andMe, and I was just like, oh. Got some bloodlines that extend into the Amalfi Coast, into Campania.
Maybe 23andMe and Airbnb can do a mashup. You just be like, not only find out where you're from, but where you're from and where you can stay while traveling abroad.
I think they have that. I think they have seamless integration there. Yeah, because that's how I ended up looking at like TripAdvisor or something. Like, I was like, wow, this place is only $1,200 a night. That's actually pretty good. They film White Lotus there. No, just kidding. Let's shout out our sponsors at DraftKings before we bring Jake on. The weather is cooler, the days are shorter, and it's the holiday season, which means spending time with friends and family. KJ, you know something about that. Thanks to DraftKings Sportsbook, today's video sponsor and an official sports betting partner of the NFL, you've got plenty to keep you and your company entertained. New customers who sign up for DraftKings using our promo code WASHED and bet at least $5 on any pregame moneyline football wager will get an additional $150 in free bets if their bet wins. You heard that right. All new customers who bet at least $5 on any pregame moneyline bet will get an additional $150 in free bets if their bet wins. Plus, with same-game parlays, you can combine multiple bets from the same game to give yourself a shot at even bigger winnings. For those in a state where sports betting is not available, Don't forget about DraftKings Daily Fantasy, where they have been innovating even more ways to win some cash throughout the season. DraftKings has been around for a while, so you know your funds are safe and can be withdrawn whenever, wherever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use code WASHED and receive $150 at free bets if their bet hits after placing a $5 pregame wager. That's promo code WASHED only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. See show notes for details. About 98%. Wasn't perfect. Gave up a single.
I mean, you didn't
matter.
expect the intro to be written by Paul Simon, but hey, those are the ads. It's a compliment. So the heat check me or air check me.
No, it's okay.
I love
you
it.
wanna I'm gonna let you introduce our guest, since y'all are better friends than we are.
All right, we're going to go ahead and bring on one Jake Kemp, most notably of, I believe, 9-1 flag football fame somewhere in the central DFW area, but also good friend of mine and can consistently one-up me anytime I feel like I'm having a bad week. So with that said, let's bring on Jake.
9-1?
Oh, don't tell me y'all didn't lose any games this year.
We're 29-1 since I joined. I've played 3 seasons and we've won all 3 titles and we've lost 1 game by 1 point. We're 29-1, including a victory over a team that featured a guy who told his brother, "Don't worry about it. You don't need surgery on this leg. I have this new therapy technique that'll work out just fine."
It's called just wait it out.
I'm gonna send these electrons at your femur, and I'm sure that'll just play itself out.
Hey, let's address something off the top here.
You ghosted me.
There was some controversy
Okay.
last week, and it happened actually a week ago, maybe 7 days ago, 8 days ago. 7 days would also be a week, different way of saying it. I was back home in Duncanville, Texas, home of the Panthers, City of Champions, and I wanted to link up with the guys. I did. I had every intention of doing it. I'm that guy. I'm the guy who's always trying to put it together. So I shoot my friend Jake and KJ a text. I'm like, "Hey, what are we doing, man? Let's get some beers. Let's do some stuff. Let's go be alpha males." And it didn't really work out. And then I got a text the next morning from Jake, and it was like, "Hey, did you ghost me? Just tell me."
Well, because you never want to be the guy that's like at 6, 7 o'clock, like, "Hey, man, said we were going to hang. Haven't heard from you." So I just didn't do that. I just sat there and watched the Mavs. And with each quarter, I'm like, this will be the quarter where Dave's text will roll in with a destination and we'll meet up and it'll be like the greatest time ever. But no, I never got that.
So when KJ, who was staying at a hotel in Cedar Hill, Texas, next to a Hooters, like
correct,
next to a Hooters, like, I mean, you could probably see
dream.
the dudes, battering up the wings, throwing them in the
I
fryer.
spent Thanksgiving dinner staring at that Hooters, just counting how many cars were there for longer than a few hours. It was tremendous.
A number of them probably were there overnight. Let me say, when KJ sent that pic, I thought, all right, well, how can we somehow work this into a Hooters trip? But then I was like, Jake's not going to want to go all the way to Cedar Hill. That's too far.
Yeah, I've never done that before.
Yeah, that's okay. Fair. History, there's precedent. The Mavs just got worse and worse. And my mood, I fell asleep and I woke up and it was like they were down like 14. It was bad. And I was in a bad mood. And had they won that game, I probably would have been all about it. But I just was sad and like nobody really said anything. I'm putting this on y'all. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad that we're having this discussion because I never really addressed the text about, hey, we're gonna hit up Hooters or not. And it was one of those where it's like, I hope he's joking, but he could be serious. And I don't have the nuts to get the hall pass sign to walk 30 yards outside the hotel. So I dropped the ball all around. A bad beat.
Hey, listen, we're wasting too much time here. We got GJ Kenny to talk about.
Okay, let's go there. Why don't we?
Is it done? I think it's done.
He hasn't. I don't know if he's signed, but let me just tell you, the T-State insiders I follow say it's a done deal, baby. T-State got their man.
Let's
Stole
go.
his ass from Tulsa.
Wow.
Let's go.
See,
He's a
I
prodigy.
thought
He'll
that
be
they
a
were
head coach
getting.
in the NFL in like 15 years.
I thought that they were getting Eric Morris. I thought they were going to bring Eric Morris down there.
Yeah, my sources on Sesame Street are telling me that the interview didn't go well. apparently, they interviewed at the Joe's Crab Shack right there by the waterfall. It's now like a long Saltgrass Steakhouse, actually. No, I don't know. I did see the. Yeah, dude, I heard about that.
Yeah, jumped
kind
in.
of a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Joe's Crab Shack was the go-to option because all of the bikinis in Hayes County have been burned down over the last decade in an ongoing investigation about arson. So, GJ Kinney, I think just an incredible story that is definitely not some sort of weird reverse nepotism situation, but I'm excited.
Bro,
to
he
see.
got shot. It's not like they're offering him a. They're not giving him a head coaching job because his dad got shot. That is the worst opinion you've ever had.
Oh, I don't even know that story.
For real?
Yeah, I just know his brother's like a third on the depth chart quarterback at Baylor right now, I think.
Oh, no. I'll run you through it real quick. So when they were at Canton, his dad was the head coach. He's probably a couple years younger than us.
Canton, Texas, right?
Yeah, Canton, Texas. So his dad was the coach. He was the quarterback. And a dude whose son was on the team, a dad who thought that his son should be playing more, walked into the field house and shot him several times.
That was him.
Yeah, and he was on the phone. The dad was on the phone with another coach at the time, another high school coach. And I think that coach might have actually called 911. And the guy made it all the way to Tyler, where he tried to kill himself but didn't and got apprehended. And they stayed there in Canton for one more year, and then they transferred. Sounds like KJ thinks there's a little something shady here. And he played his senior year at Gilmer, and his dad got hired by Baylor, which it also sounds like KJ believes is not on merit. It was purely because he took like 7 Armalite rounds to the chest.
Oh, he lived. Okay.
He lived, and here's the crazy part. When they found GJ, they told him his dad was dead because he had like a super, super small chance of living. Like they thought, sorry, son, your pops.
Many men. Many,
exactly
many,
right,
many,
dude.
man.
Exactly right.
I mean, I'm not going to say.
Yes, you are.
All right, I am going to say it. I'm just going to go to our friends here at Ballotpedia real quick just to see if there's any sort of one-to-one connection, because I almost guarantee that there's a minority whip out of Louisiana whose election results skyrocketed after certain events in his life and his career. So, taking a few shots can be good for your career. I don't condone it.
Don't make
but
this
it's
about
worked out.
Don't make this about the baseball practice.
Hey, that's a good note, Jim Beam.
You know who that is, right? Former Sizzle Squad ad hoc member, Chris.
Oh, really?
Correct. Yeah, UFC fan number 1. So let's dive into some actual. I guess we just
no. People want to talk. People want to hear more about the Texas State job.
Well, I wouldn't have brought it up if it wasn't for the fact that they hired a guy whose dad was shot in the field house like several times, and
Jake,
he worked for the Eagles. Like
it's on the rundown. So
it's on the rundown. You weren't telling tales out of school, maybe out of order, which is fitting because that's Dylan's job. Dylan's normally the one who cucks the rundown, but you did it tonight, and I
did. I get one.
Yeah.
You guessed the board.
Give him a point, KJ.
There you go. Dap me up.
I don't know shit about what this Good Morning America controversy is.
I do.
They're fucking KJ.
Is that it? And is this a guess who's coming to dinner thing? Or is it that they're like a boss like employee relationship? Why is this?
They are both married to other people, and they're having a very, very out there, seemingly in the open affair.
Like not even trying.
Like not trying. Like I mean, where's the thrill in that? They're just out there like actually in love and shit. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So like they go on group dates. with their
Oh,
spouses.
yes.
Like there's several Instagram posts like that. And yeah, they like have not tried to hide it at all. Like at all. But I thought the funniest part about it, because a couple years ago, I went to have beers with Dave. Me and my wife went to have beers with Dave, and I thought I gave him COVID, but I didn't. Then I thought I gave him COVID another time in 0 for 2. And he looked at me and he was like, I know you like work out a little bit and stuff, but you don't seem like a cardio guy. And I immediately was like, I'm going to run the Dallas half marathon next year. And so that was like my thing. I trained for 2 weeks last year and I ran it. So I'm going to run it.
That's not something I would say.
100% you said that.
Yeah.
We were
You
talking
don't
about
look like much of a cardio guy.
we were talking about the Whoop bands and you were like, you don't seem like much of a cardio guy.
No, I just meant if you're a bulker, like you lift heavy weights.
Okay. I'm sure.
You did bring a kettlebell on a like 3-day guys trip to the lake.
That is true.
Oh no.
That's absolutely true. But my point is this. So I'm running the half in like whatever it is, like 8 days, 9 days. It's nothing. And the stories all say that the two anchors, they were like, they really bonded over their training for a half marathon. I'm like, that's like 45 minutes every other day. Like they're treating it like it's like they bonded when they climbed Everest. Like a 5-day like excursion together.
Of
like,
all the events to like bond over training for, I would say that running, not to say that one person should be faster than the other in that scenario. I know some of that's like, I don't know, pacing, but unless we're talking about the stretching aspect of it, in which I've seen the video evidence of how those situations go down, like
Jesus Christ,
how much bonding is going on there? Doesn't seem like the opportunity for that. You'd be
Maybe
like, more likely to bond over like a weightlifting preparation session.
I bet
That's
it was
Marjorie.
more. Bet it was more the recovery sessions. I bet they had that Theragun going, and it got a little bit out of hand.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
They've been cupping.
Yeah, just two anchors, one cup. No, you know Amy Rombach or Rawback, not Rombach, not the late the great Coach Rombach from Duncanville baseball.
Great shirts.
She is from the famous Good Morning America clip where she's seen on camera but off air, and she is talking about how her Epstein story got killed before she could do it. That's her. That's her. She's the Epstein chick.
And she says like ABC spiked it.
Spiked it. That's the business word. Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Not to be mixed up with like former NBC5 weather / traffic lady Tammy Dombeck.
Right. What is she known best for?
Looped it in. Yep. One
that's
quick
enough on that.
question.
Go ahead.
I know David gave me the hard probably not when asking if we should talk about this at all.
Oh no.
But I haven't not been workshopping a joke series around this entire thing.
Okay. Wait. All right.
So first statement that I would like to say about the very disgusting and unfortunate acts surrounding the backup quarterback at the University of Florida. It's despicable, unacceptable, terrible. Worst excuse of all time. I found it online. Terrible. The press release that came out today, I think, made me feel like less of a scumbag because it was like very, very intentional to let you know the age of the person depicted in the photos was like less than a certain age. I won't even use the phrasing. It's, it gives me the creeps. But because I think everybody, when they first heard this story, they were like, I really hope this is like a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like everybody's like hoping for that. I hadn't heard, so that was kind of my initial thought too. Not that it's better, but I think we understand there's a spectrum. Now that I know that that's not the case, I will not ask, when presented these headlines, why isn't there like a boudoir industry as opposed like, how do we get away with that being the case for adults? Like, hey, you can talk about, I'm gonna go get my photos done, family photos, whatever. Then you go to the photographer's like portfolio and they're like, oh, families, holidays, anniversaries, engagement, boudoir. But when talking about like, I don't know, adult films and stuff, you can't just be like, hey, here's this category.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
Just saying.
Yeah, this isn't InfoWars.
I'm just saying they should present it
Okay, so
differently.
tell us the details of the story, because like I don't really know.
Apparently,
I
he acquired photos, distributed them on a Discord. It sounded like, or at least like
okay, so that's the part I
posted
heard.
them.
And they were
And then-
underage people.
Discord.
I know.
The phrasing was
Throw the
pre-pubescent.
cuffs
whatever.
on him right away if you're.
And
they were like
that was the phrasing.
they were
they
like
said-
dressed up photos.
I don't know. It just sounded like it was like a victim of some assault. So I don't know like the actual photo.
Well,
It's
how did
terrible.
Boudoir enter the chat?
I'm just saying I don't know how that word gets a pass because I was looking at getting some family photos done for the holidays. And then all of a sudden I've got like softcore porn on a photographer's website. So I was just wondering like why that's like the middle ground that's legal.
I see.
That should be shifted into like the hardcore section. That's all I'm saying.
Sounds
I'm
like
the
this
pearl clutcher
material
here.
needs to be this material needs a little work before you hit the stage with it.
Hey, you gotta talk to the guy in Florida. I'm the guy talking about it.
Yeah.
It was this or AB. If Antonio Brown's still with us, like that would have been the headline if not.
That was a cryptic tweet.
Did he tweet about it?
No, he didn't. But people were just like the actual tweet was like, they're trying to serve a warrant. He's barricaded himself in the house. Oh, by the way, he might have some guns.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's what the tweet said.
Yeah. It's suspected that he has guns.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. The guy's out of there.
Okay, so KJ's anti-photographer trying to make money. Noted. We move on. Yeah, that's pretty good.
There you go. That's
pretty
good,
good.
Landry.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
very good.
Do we want to do dip picks?
No, hold on. We got to talk. Oh, that's pretty much all we got. Oh, you know what? Let me say one thing. Patrick Peterson has got a podcast. Calls out Kyler, does it in a way that's,
So that Kyler only cares about Kyler.
Not breaking news there. I think that's been the beat on Kyler for a while, but Kyler claps back, if you believe what the ESPN headlines will tell you. Do we at what point okay, I gotta word this carefully because KJ, you are an ex-athlete and you have a podcast, but
This is exactly. I think we just established both of those as like very questionable facts.
okay. I'm just saying, like, are these guys all doing numbers, all the ex-athletes with pods? Like, because it seems like there's a ton of them. Theo Pinson, who's not an ex-athlete, who's on the Mavs bench, has a podcast. And
Since
look,
when?
Theo, I don't know. I'm deep in Mavs Twitter, man. It's toxic as hell.
Shit. All right. I'll check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a podcast. It's probably worth listening to. But I'm curious. Like, this is this is in the last year. This has popped out, and it's great because you're getting stuff like this. You're getting a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, but you're getting a lot of stuff that's intended to grab headlines.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely the case with like everything Draymond said. And Draymond's podcast is actually good. There's no way I would ever have time to like regularly listen to it, but I think what it is that you have so many brands that are like, all right, yeah, whatever. People have heard about you, and they honestly don't even care. Like if you get traffic in the way that like what you guys do, and even to an extent what I do with our podcast, although we don't do ads, but when we did, they don't even give a shit if it gets numbers. They give a shit if it gets aggregated. And if it gets aggregated enough times, then people will see the watermark that says brought to you by whatever, or there might be maybe on an off chance when it gets aggregated, people go listen to the whole show. They do not care about it being a good podcast, like at all.
True.
They're just like, all right, well, Patrick Peterson has a podcast. Here's our ad money, like with no scruples at all. At least that's the way it seems to me.
Who was the guy who didn't end up playing, got picked up by the Mavs last year, but it's had like 2 or 3 years? Is it Reddick?
Yeah.
Has had a podcast for a while, and I think
he was pretty early
reputable.
Yeah.
Like the whole concept of active player plus podcasts, like I don't know why that feels so much weirder to me, because maybe it's because I think the time investment's more than like when I see, or I guess why it feels more weird when I see Chase Daniel show up on like a Monday Night Football post-game analyst role on NFL Network. Like that blows me away. I'm like, what is he doing there? But then again, you've got players who are like putting in 1 or 2 hours of, I don't know, recording with whoever editing on the other half of the world for Success Mag or whatever. I didn't want to name drop there, but
to that point, Jake, you mentioned on your show, the Hang Zone today, noon to 3, that you felt old when Colin Klein popped up there in an analyst, or was he doing play-by-play or color stuff? What's he doing?
He's their OC.
Yeah, K-State's offense coordinator.
He's an OC?
Like mid-season, they go to the booth, and I'm like, how are you already old enough to be the OC? Blew me away.
I saw this earlier this year for the first time, and it blew. I'm like, I know that's somebody who, like Tommy Reese, isn't he also an OC?
Yeah, for Notre Dame.
At probably the same age. Like we're going to get both of them fast-tracked in head coaching jobs like within 2 or 3 years. Maybe deserving. I don't know.
Like, dude,
it's going to happen.
TC and I did a roadshow podcast in Austin for a Texas K-State game that Colin Klein played in. That's how fucking old I am and how long I've been doing this. That was 10 years ago. And he played.
I was blown away when I turned on the Baylor game a couple weeks ago, and it was Brock Osweiler.
Yeah.
That one really threw me off. I was like, first of all, I forgot about you. Second of all, it's like, aren't you? To me, he's like 26.
You know what will really freak you out? There's a website, and this is for all your dip fans too, if you want to check this out. It's the spelt out 506.com. And if you go there every week, you can see the broadcast crews for every single game. You can see what game in the NFL in particular is on in what part of the country. And for college football, it'll show you every broadcaster. And, there's like 60 college broadcasts every week. And if you just roll through the list of people, like the names of people who have jobs doing college football games, hilarious. You're like, oh, shit. I forgot
Jay
about
Feely.
you.
Although Jay Feely's like on somebody's second or third.
Yeah, he does NFL now. But just go to that website every week when you want to see like what game is on in what region. And you can click on the college tab and it's like, what?
Yeah, I want to see this, but the like the radio.
Oh, that would be even we're sludge. So
exactly. Like who's getting the random CBS News
right
stringer job for that? All right, let's kick it over to Dip Picks so we can get out of here. I guess our verdict on the Patrick Peterson Kyler thing, or opinion on that. Where's the lie? Although I do like Kyler's defense of saying this is super weird. That's always a good one. You always come out looking good when you call somebody else saying they look weird.
That's tough to come back from.
It really is.
A weird thing. That's dude. I didn't know he had that in him, but good for him.
All right. Last week we did my go-to when it is holiday season, and that is the give up of getting the SIGOTHs to pick as the guest spot. I'm coming to you with really just a bag of nothing to share in terms of like how that went, because frankly, we all pretty much stayed the same. Dylan's got his picks in as he is at Elf on Ice, as we mentioned, his big boy stack for the week. I've got the frame all fucked up. Nobody told me that. Yeah, let me get you.
My bad.
There we go.
I'm looking at DraftKings right now. Sorry. Shout out DraftKings.
Dylan's favorite or big boy stack on the week is the Bears plus 3.5. Tonight we have the Bills at Patriots. Patriots getting 3.5 at home. Let's start off, David.
Ooh, give me Patriots getting 3.5 at home. Give me the Patriots.
Dylan's taking the Bills. I will go with the Bills here. Jake.
I roll with Dave. Give me the Pats.
Ooh.
All right.
Give me McCorkle.
Who are we running out there? Is it who's
Who's
running?
who's the quarterback right now?
I don't know. I have no fucking clue. You guys sent me this picks like 2 hours ago on a text
Bailey
message when I was
Zappi?
driving, and it's like,
Okay, I just assumed they would have been the same picks you made 6 hours ago. Utah, USC, Pac-12 title games tomorrow night. USC's favored by 3. No word on whether or not Utah will be wearing airbrushed helmets. Dylan is taking Utah.
Got to get past that.
That's all I have. Give me USC to not F up their dreams here. Jake.
I don't even think Utah has a chance, but I'm going to take Utah because that's what I want to have happen, because I just want everybody to be mad on Sunday.
When Alabama's back.
Yes, that would be great. That would be phenomenal.
You know what? I'd have no problem with that.
I was going to bring that up.
Dude, you know what I want to have happen? I want to fuck around and get K-State in the playoff.
Talk to Nate Silver.
I know. I've been doing those odds. I pull them up for the NFL and the playoff every day. And I'm like, how can we manipulate this to get the Wildcats in the playoffs?
No, I am all for that.
I don't have a lot of SEC thoughts here, but I was gone Monday, and I want to derail here briefly. And we did the Too Much Dip show, spent a good deal of time talking about the Ole Miss football program.
I heard that.
I commend you, David, on very politely saying you shocked me. That was a lot more than I thought you were going to have. Well put.
Locked on Rebs.
Frankly, I would have figured we would have had so much more talk about Shane Beamer, but I'll leave that for another day. I'm shocked it's still Lane Kiffin.
Brett's been he's deep into Ole Miss. Like, he is message board guy. It is one of the more underrated storylines in the Wash Media universe. And
again,
man,
give him 3 months. He'll be wearing a Shane or a Rattler jersey. David, Utah, USC.
Ooh, you're giving Utah 3? With their running attack, what they've been able to do after converting Jaquindon Jackson to a running back, which is just insane. 3 tutties last week against Colorado. No, I think this is close. I think this is a field goal. I think this is a close game. I wouldn't be shocked if it's USC by 1 or 2, but I'm running with Utah, man. Cam Rising, let's go.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Is the Tebow speech year, did he win the Heisman that year? Or was it another year? That was the year?
They won the national title for sure.
I just can't recall, because I'm just wondering if crying is like a shoe-in. Because that's the hardest I've laughed this entire college football season. That was like a super late night game when Utah beat USC, and he was just fucking crying like a baby walking off the field. I'm like, this guy's going to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
He's already done. This is his Oscar moment.
I'm just real pissed off. Nobody's giving Stetson Bennett any love, because I did waste like $50 on taking his odds for Heisman like back in February. So that money's toast. I thought it was going to be a real easy. All he has to do is look decent type thing, and nobody's mentioned him. Anyways, K-State, TCU. Probably the line I'm most interested here this weekend. TCU's only favored by 2.5. Give me TCU to cover. I'll leave it there. Hey.
Yeah, I'm going to go against myself saying that I want to make my picks based on chaos. I think TCU is legit good. Like, I think they're going to be able to play with whoever they get matched up with at 2. So I got to go Acid Toad or whatever they're calling themselves now.
David.
I like K-State. K-State was up pretty big on them in the fourth quarter last time they played. They blew it famously. A lot of teams have done that to TCU, actually. But I like K-State, man. I think this is gonna be a fun game. Good thing I scheduled my son's baptism for the first half.
Just the first half. Number
Just
14
checking my
LSU.
phone.
Number one. Number one Georgia. Georgia's favored by 17.5. I should also add Dylan is taking K-State and Utah. If I didn't mention that. Who do you have, Jake?
Okay, 14.5. Let me pull it back.
17.5 is what I have.
17.5.
Oh shit! All right, give me LSU.
LSU plus 17.
Family.
David.
I too like LSU. 17.5 is a lot. LSU's a weird team. But that dude, I don't know, man. I'm not confident in this. They look like ass against the Aggies. That's really bad. But I'm gonna ride with them.
That's the Aggies, though. Yeah, I'm taking UGA. Pastor Troy holding the Georgia helmet outside the window. So goated image in my mind. So give me Georgia here. UCF, number 22, UCF at number 18, Tulane.
You already know.
Dylan's taking Tulane. David, I think you're up.
What's Tulane like 8-2 against the spread? Something crazy? Or they were? I don't. Probably more than that. I'm riding with Tulane. They've done me a solid all year. They're the only reason I'm not in this. I'm going to lose. I'm going to get last place, but they're the only reason that I'm not at 20%.
My record on the last 4 weeks, I think I am 4 and 27 or something. It is ugly. So, hang in there. Dylan's taking Tulane. Give me UCF because Tulane's been great until Willie Fritz took the Georgia Tech job. He hasn't yet, but I think it's going to happen.
Why don't you shut the fuck up? Don't say that, man.
They're in division rival of SMU's. I can't root too hard for them. We should note that Jake's brother played for Tulane. So big Tulane guy.
Oh, wow. Does he want to do a podcast?
You think what I just said was just off the rails and made no sense? Let's go ahead and roll those dice.
Yeah, oh boy, yeah. He'll hit you up with some he's still pretty convinced that GameStop is coming back. But he's a great dude. And I put up with a lot of bullshit, bad football watching from the Wave for years, and now they have a legit coach. They have I was gonna say they have a legit quarterback, but that could look pretty bad on Joe. He was legit too, just got shuffled around in systems. Anyways, Tulane is they're very good. So
yeah, I would love.
I hope they make it. If they win, I think they have a chance at the Cotton Bowl, and that would be just super, super, super cool. So yeah,
all but guaranteed. Unfortunately, I think it'll put them match up with Tennessee or Penn State or something random like that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Purdue against Michigan in the wonderful metropolis of Indianapolis. Michigan's favored by 17 here. Dylan's taking Michigan. Give me Michigan to keep this boring.
I'll go spoiler maker.
Like it. Can't spell.
I literally just watched Michigan beat the shit out of a team for 3 quarters, and I'm like,
17's a lot.
Don't know.
I will if they play TCU. I will take TCU to cover there. I think Sonny Dykes and Harbaugh's games that I have no idea what their history was at Cal and Stanford, but we'll see. Anyways, go ahead.
Jake, that's interesting you say that, because if you watch that game, it boiled down to 3 big plays. And those 3 big plays, it's like a 3-pointer. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say.
Why are you mocking me? I try to do my best every day.
You made a good point on your show today, and I'm using it for my reasoning here, because I am picking Purdue. Because I think Michigan's good, but I don't think Michigan's blow out Ohio State every week good.
Every single
Sounds
time
good.
I make a reference that has to deal with the Wash Media Network, I follow it by under my breath saying Dave. Every time.
For that, I thank you.
I shout you out, and you do nothing but mock me.
That wasn't even a mock. I was just going to see if you remembered what you
Clemson,
said.
North Carolina.
He's just not a
Clemson,
cardio
North
guy.
Carolina, because there's no chance I've got any other like absurd things to say at this episode about any other games. So Clemson, number 9, Clemson's playing Mac and Sally. North Carolina is getting 7.5 in Charlotte. Dylan's taking North Carolina. I have no idea who's up. David?
I'll go. No, it's okay. I got this. Just
Steady
looking
hand.
at it. Yeah, look. Give me Mac Brown. Give me North Carolina. The Mac Brown has exceeded all expectations at UNC. There's a lot of Texas fans who just dunked on that hire. They were just laughing it up. And look at this. They're a relevant team. They're a ranked team. They're in the conversation for that conference every year. Shout out to Mac Brown and shout out to Sally, his wife. Also Will's wife, Sally. Shout out to both Sallys.
People are saying if it wasn't for NIL, COVID, and just terrible head coaching, Herm Edwards would have a similar story at ASU to being a surprisingly good hire. But I'm going to take Clemson as while I think their quarterback situation couldn't be worse for how good of athletes they have. But I think overall they bounce back. They get a win here by more than 7.5. Jake?
Even though Clemson does have one of my 5 favorite players in the country because he's a white skill position player, and those are 1 through 20, whatever. That's all I root for. And Will Shipley. Yeah, I'm going to go with Mac and Sally. It would also be hard for me to marry somebody named Sally because I would constantly call her Sally. I wouldn't be able to call her anything but Sally.
Finally, our only other NFL. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to shout out Ethan. I don't know if this is I think he's doing a bit here, but yeah, we did already talk about this. Actually, it's the first thing we talked about.
My
I don't
recommendation.
care. We both went to school there, and the guy's dad got shot. If you're upset with me for hijacking that content, then you can go elsewhere.
I'm not.
I would recommend finding that part of the episode, listen to it, and then skip to dip picks. You will have so much more respect for me as a person. Cleveland Browns, nothing notable with them at all, are going to Houston to play the Texans, who are getting 7 points at home. I'll go first. Give me Deshaun Watson and his comeback performance.
As it were.
Houston.
Okay.
Give me the Browns. It wouldn't even.
Is it my turn?
It is your
go
turn.
ahead.
I think the Busby thing is hilarious.
Is it going to be there with this tank?
He got a suite for the accusers.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he
That's
pulled a
front, that's
Yeah,
front
yeah.
row of the debate type. Good.
yeah, he pulled a Trump with Jennifer Flowers at the Hillary debate, which is, I mean, Teflon. There's no holes in that strategy. That's perfect.
That is great.
But that's not enough for me to want to roll with the Texans. So, yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Browns, which sucks. Actually, it doesn't suck. I don't even know why I'm acting like I care.
Well, what sucks is that Lovie Smith will end up losing his job when he was hired basically to like shepherd a bad team.
Yeah, he kind of got the or actually, what was the dude last year's name? David Culley.
David Culley, yeah.
He's the one that got the
interim, right?
I don't think so, dude. And what was the guy's name at Baylor? I feel like he got a Grobe.
yeah.
Assignment. Yeah.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah. David.
Geez, everybody riding with the Browns. I'm gonna ride with the Texans, man. Fighting that good fight. They got rid of Easterby.
You believe all women.
Facts. Thank you for knowing that. Yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Texans mainly because I got nothing to lose. I'm losing this thing anyway, so I may as well pay y'all. But dude,
And finally, we have the Colts at the Cowboys. Jeff Saturday on the Sunday night. Cowboys favored by 10.5. Dylan's taking the Cowboys. Jake, who do you have?
I took the Colts today at 11 and immediately felt dumb about it because I don't know if you guys watched that Monday night game, but it felt like their entire existence was based on like 4 big returns. But I don't know, man. I just don't like doing the 11 or 10.5 point NFL favorite. So I'm going to take Indy.
Okay. David.
Is Matt Ryan starting this game?
If he's not still cussing out Michael Pittman, I believe so.
He's not going to finish this game.
Uh-oh. You talking ragdoll?
I think he's – yeah, this is going to be like all right. First of all, the Colts, if they have watched any Dallas Cowboys tape, which I don't know if they have, they would know their best bet is to run Sam out there and get you a mobile quarterback. That's facts. Matt Ryan's trash right now. He's always been trash. He's been fine, but he's trash right now. I'm going to ride with the Cowboys. This is going to be a blowout. This is 2 touchdowns at a minimum. They're terrible. The Jeff Saturday story, I know Jake's a big Ted Lasso guy, but, you know. Come on.
Give me the Cowboys here. Yeah. I just need more Jim Irsay shots. I want Jim Irsay, like, on camera. Like, I want him to Photoshop himself into a photo holding hands with the student trying to get into the school. While Jerry Jones is
no doubt.
That's an observer. Like, because I think Jim Irsay is the only one who can try to like out crazy Jerry Jones here.
I meant to say, why haven't y'all asked me about that yet?
And then when I start to talk, you're like, I don't want to hear it.
No. You guys look.
Sorry, LeBron. This isn't the shop. Okay, big boy stacks. Dylan's taking Bears plus 3.5.
I forgot Dude Perfect is on tonight.
Oh shit!
Oh my dude!
I got to run pretty quick, fellas.
Well, we got to bounce, anyways. Jake, what's your pick here? What's your big boy stack?
So dumb guy question. Can I make it one I've already done or no?
You can double down.
Is that boring?
No, it is. But hey, you can double down. Whatever. It's better than searching.
Fuck. Let me get. You know what, KJ? Let me get the Jags.
Okay.
Let me get the Jags at the Lions. I don't know what you guys have it at, whether it's Jags +1, +2, but yeah.
Our good friends at DraftKings Sportsbook have the Jags +1.
I'll take it. I
respect it.
I think there are good things happening there.
They play the game the right way. David, yours?
KJ, why don't you go? I'm still sussing.
Give me the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers in whatever conference they're in and their championship +8.
Oh, does anybody know what
Troy?
What is a Chanticleer?
It is a cock or a rooster.
Okay, cool. Didn't know.
Yeah, I only know because of Rockadoodle. 8.5. I'm sorry.
That didn't
Coastal
clear
Carolina
at all.
Coastal Carolina +8.5.
More confusing.
Okay. I'm ready now. Extreme Nick Faldo voice. I'm ready. Give me the under in Packers Bears at I believe it's 44.5. Give me the under.
I like it. That's
not a panic play at all. That's a guy who is clearly prepared.
Yeah, I was prepared with the Sounders. I'll hear the outro, whatever. People listen to this at home. It'll probably sound different from what you heard here on the live stream. With that said,
Let's do this more often. Come on, I love you guys. I mean, if Dave's gonna ghost me in real life, can we at least be internet friends?
Okay.
Hey, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. I've got no more mass murderers or boudoir talk loaded up for the future.
You should delete that.
Bye-bye.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know.
Let's get out of here.